big passion of mine is to travel the world, see new places, experience new perspectives, meet new and interesting people. And one way that I particularly enjoy doing this is to go on medical missions. So we've been to many different areas and I've been very privileged to be able to do that. I'd like to share with you one specific experience that has left me with a deep sense of fulfillment, and it's a mission that we did in Barranquilla, a small village in Colombia. So we were working there with the local church and as well as some of the local doctors to provide care for literally thousands of people came through, and there was a big group of us that were there. This one particular patient that I had the opportunity to interact with really left me with a strong sense of how each of us can have a strong impact when we are able to do that and we help another person. And this particular patient was a 17-year-old girl who was born with a condition where one of her eyes was deviated outwards. So the medical term is strabismus, but the layman's term would be a lazy eye. Now here in the developed world, we certainly do see this, and these patients are treated. But in that particular village, where there's a lack of education, lack of health care, they felt that she was shunned by the devil. And because of that, they said, you know what, you can't live with us, you're a curse to the whole village. So she was isolated and stayed away from her brothers and sisters, her mother and father. They interacted, but she couldn't live in the same home. Now when we saw her, you could see the sense of despair in the mother especially, and the daughter of course, but the whole family was impacted. So when I evaluated her, one of the best things that I saw was that both of the eyes were actually working totally normally. So she really needed a 30-minute procedure that would have a major impact. Luckily, her surgery went perfectly smooth, and even by the first post-operative day, we saw her eyes were aligned. When she looked at herself in the mirror, I still get goosebumps thinking about it. She broke down in tears and almost shocked. And her mother and father, it was just like, you just don't see these types of interactions very often. And I do a lot of missions, and we have the opportunity to see impact, but really that moment really told me that, you know what, there is a lot that we can do to serve others, and this is something that I do carry in my, certainly my clinical practice, but just in everyday life. You really at the end of the day want to be a blessing in the lives of the people that you interact with, whether they're your family members, your friends, people on the street. And the more that each of us continue doing this, we just end up seeing that the smallest act even can have such tremendous, profound impacts, not only for the other person, but for yourself, for their families, for your family, and so on.